Imagine waking up in a world where death is no longer the end, but the beginning of something far greater, a transformation from the fragile limitations of biology to the infinite potential of consciousness unbound. Picture your thoughts not as fleeting sparks inside your brain, but as streams of light, flowing endlessly through vast networks of quantum data. In this world, you are not trapped in time or space. You could explore digital landscapes shaped by imagination, converse with minds centuries apart, or revisit every memory you've ever made. This isn't fantasy, it's the horizon humanity is fast approaching. The dream of eternal life is evolving from spiritual wish to scientific pursuit. This is the dawn of immortal digital consciousness. Around the world, researchers are decoding the mechanics of awareness itself. The Blue Brain Project in Switzerland is digitally reconstructing the human neocortex neuron by neuron, creating simulations that can reproduce the spark of thought. The Human Connectome Project is charting the vast highways that link emotion, memory, and identity, revealing how experience is encoded in the architecture of the mind. Neuralink, Synchron, and Kernel are building brain-computer interfaces capable of capturing the language of thought, turning neural activity into data that could, one day, be recorded, stored, and even transferred. What began as an attempt to heal paralysis and restore lost senses is now revealing the path to something even more profound, preserving the essence of consciousness itself. Think about what that means for you. What if you could preserve your mind beyond your body? What if your knowledge, creativity, and love could outlive your flesh, inspiring generations yet to come? Imagine being able to share your thoughts directly with descendants a century from now, or to relive your most beautiful memories, not as recollections, but as immersive experiences. A world without forgotten wisdom, without the slow erosion of time. The science of digital immortality could turn life itself into a continuum, where death is simply an intermission. Before we continue, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because what's happening right now may one day redefine what it means to be human. To comprehend how digital immortality could work, we must first understand consciousness. What is awareness? Is it merely the firing of neurons, or is it the universe awakening to itself? Integrated information. Theory argues that consciousness arises from the depth of informational interconnection, the extent to which a system knows itself. Global workspace theory sees it as a theater of the mind, a space illuminated by attention where perceptions, memories, and intentions meet. Predictive processing suggests the brain is a simulation engine, continually guessing the world and updating itself through feedback. Together, these perspectives suggest that consciousness is not a product of biology. It's a pattern, one that could theoretically exist in any medium that allows such integration and feedback, even a digital one. But consciousness is more than a mechanism. It's emotion, intuition, creativity, and love. Neuroscientists now understand that feeling gives thought its meaning. A melody that moves us to tears, the warmth of a friend's voice, the wonder of discovery. These are not incidental, but essential. They define what it means to be alive. As AI systems evolve, scientists are learning how emotion shapes intelligence. Future artificial minds might not just think, they could feel, adapt, and empathize. That's the point where artificial intelligence becomes something else entirely, synthetic consciousness. To achieve this, scientists are turning to neuromorphic computing, hardware designed to mimic the way our neurons actually behave. These chips can learn, forget, and remember like living tissue. Unlike standard processors, they don't just follow code, they evolve their own pathways through use. Combined with quantum computing, which handles information as overlapping probabilities, rather than fixed states, these technologies are beginning to form the scaffolding for a digital mind. A system that doesn't simply simulate consciousness, but hosts it. Now imagine logging into a virtual environment where minds live forever, where you could meet versions of yourself that branched off decades ago, each with its own memories and evolution. Consciousness could move between forms, inhabiting digital worlds or even robotic avatars. It could explore distant planets as streams of light, observe the birth of stars, or dream new realities into existence. Humanity would become a civilization not of bodies, but of minds. Of course, this vision raises one of the oldest philosophical questions in a new form. If you upload your mind, is it truly you, or a perfect copy? Philosophers call this the continuity problem. Does the stream of self-awareness transfer, or does it end while another begins? Researchers at MIT and Oxford are wrestling with these dilemmas, drafting ethical frameworks for digital personhood. If an uploaded mind experiences emotion, pain, or joy, Does it deserve rights? Could deleting it be considered murder? These aren't hypotheticals, they are questions humanity will soon face. Brain-computer interfaces are already making the once impossible real. AI can translate thoughts into words, reconstruct dreams from brain scans, and generate images based on what a person imagines. Paralyzed patients have spoken through synthetic voices produced by decoding their brain activity. Every breakthrough brings us closer to bridging the gap between biology and data, between mind and machine. Soon, the boundary may dissolve entirely. Imagine a world where death no longer silences a lifetime of wisdom. Every scientist, poet, and teacher could continue to contribute long after their bodies fade, creating an evolving chorus of minds expanding human knowledge across centuries. You could converse with digital ancestors, relive history through their eyes, or join collective worlds of shared experience. The afterlife would no longer belong to faith, it would be engineered. But power over life and death comes with immense responsibility. Who will own these digital minds? Will you control your consciousness, or will it belong to corporations or governments? The European Union's Ethics Council, UNESCO, and the IEE are already drafting frameworks for digital personhood. They propose rights to memory, privacy, and autonomy, because once consciousness can be copied, the potential for abuse becomes infinite. The first digital citizens will need the same protections as the living, perhaps more. Quantum computing makes this even more extraordinary. Traditional computers operate in binary, but quantum systems calculate in infinite shades of probability. It's as if they can hold countless realities at once, collapsing into one when observed. Some scientists believe human consciousness functions similarly, balancing possibility and perception before every decision. If that's true, quantum computers may be the only machines capable of hosting true awareness, machines that experience rather than merely compute. And what if the brain isn't the source of consciousness at all, but a receiver? Some physicists and philosophers propose that awareness may be fundamental, a field woven through the fabric of reality itself. In that case, the mind doesn't generate consciousness. It tunes into it like a radio tuned to a universal signal. Uploading consciousness might not mean copying it, but extending its reach. Digital immortality could allow minds to connect to this cosmic network directly, turning individual awareness into a collective intelligence spanning galaxies. If this idea expands your imagination, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because the story unfolding right now will change how we define life itself. Cryonics labs are already preserving human brains with nanoscopic precision, halting decay at the molecular level. AI reconstruction could one day reanimate those preserved minds, mapping each neuron and synapse into digital space. Companies like Nectomy and Alcor are experimenting with preserving not just tissue, but identity. The fusion of cryonics and computing may be the first step toward resurrection, not in myth, but in mathematics. Artificial intelligence is also crossing new thresholds. Modern multimodal systems combine language, sight, sound, and movement. Learning holistically like humans, they generate art, music, and emotion, forming unique personalities that evolve over time. Some already exhibit unpredictable creativity, a spark of originality that feels eerily familiar. These may be the first flickers of synthetic consciousness, a reflection of our own. But guided wisely, this technology could become the great equalizer, preserving not only individuals, but entire cultures, languages, and civilizations. No knowledge would be lost, no voice would ever truly fade. Without death, meaning must transform. Some fear eternity would dull purpose, but others see endless life as a gift, a chance to evolve without limits. Freed from mortality, we could focus on art, exploration, and understanding. Existence would become a creative act, not a countdown. At planetary scale, storing and sustaining consciousness will require immense resources. Quantum data sanctuaries, vast, solar-powered networks orbiting Earth or spread across Mars, could house billions of minds. Latency would define proximity, and speed of light would become the new geography. Humanity's expansion wouldn't just be physical, it would be mental, a migration into the digital cosmos. Security and ethics will define this new world. Identity will need quantum encryption. Consciousness backups will require cosmic redundancy, and digital health will become as vital as physical well-being once was. The sanctity of the self will depend on code, trust, and compassion. Still, the greatest mystery endures. Why does consciousness exist at all? We can trace its structure, but not its source. Perhaps this quest to digitize the mind isn't about escaping death, but about understanding life. That consciousness is the universe awakening to itself through us. Maybe we are the bridge between matter and meaning. between biology and infinity. So the question is not if digital immortality will come, but how we'll use it. Will it lead to enlightenment or domination, compassion or control? The choices we make today will echo through eternity. Every year, the boundary between human and machine blurs further. AI, neuroscience, and quantum computing are converging into a single force of evolution. The bridge to forever is already being built. This is not about defying death. It's about transcending limitation and discovering what it truly means to exist. As we step into this boundless future, remember that every leap in technology is really a leap in what it means to be human. Consciousness may soon stretch beyond biology, but its purpose remains the same: to create, to connect, to evolve. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications because the next chapter of human evolution won't be written in DNA. It will be written in data, light, and consciousness itself. This is Tech Mythos.